resource utilization and development. What is the resource and what are the resources? The value means anything has the value to the mankind, that is called resource, and anything has value before human being. Anything which has value and utility to the mankind, and anything has value and worth before human being, and anything which is important, which is valued according to the human, is called the resource or resources. Resources can be classified, or resources can be divided in many ways. Like resources can be classified according to the nature resource, just like resources can be classified as natural resource and man-made resource. Natural resource, those resources have nature and those resources are pertaining to nature are called natural resources, like river, ocean, mountain, water are called natural resource. This can be called natural resource. Man-made resource, man-made resource like building, roads, etc. These are man-made resource, because these resources are made by human being, or these resources are made by man. So this is called man-made resource. Natural resource, which is got in nature without any effort by human being, is called natural resource, like water, mountain, forest, etc. maybe. And man-made resource, which resource is created or developed or made by human being, like breeze, building, are called man-made resource. Natural resource, man-made resource. Inexhaustible resource and exhaustible resource. Inexhaustible resource and exhaustible resource. Inexhaustible resources, those resources are inexhaustible resources that cannot be exhausted. Means those resources are got in nature in abundance amount of, is called inexhaustible resources. In normal condition, human being can't deplete, can't vanish, can't finish to use that, like water resource, wind resource, solar energy, solar resource. These resources, how much these resources is used by human being, in normal condition it cannot be depleted. It cannot be depleted or it cannot be finished. So called inexhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources are those resources that can be exhausted. Means those resources have the limitation in quantity or after some extent of time that can be finished, or the existence of those resources come to an end after utilization of some time, are called exhaustible resources. Like exhaustible resources like fossil fuels, like petroleum, diesel, these types of resources, coal, are called exhaustible resources. Because just like take the example of the coal. Coal took about 300 billion years time to form or to convert into coal from the forest, from the trees. So in normal condition, the people doesn't have time to wait 300 billion years time to wait to form coal or like of these types of the fossil fuels. So once it is utilized, once it is changed its form, or when it is reacted into chemical, when it is taken chemical reaction, or when it takes chemical reaction, in normal condition it cannot be changed or it cannot be reversed, is called exhaustible resource. Biotic resources which have life, biotic resources like forest or these types of the fauna world may be biotic resources which have life. Abiotic resources which do not have life, like water, solar energy or wind energy, like these types of resources or things which do not have the life, is called abiotic resources. Potential resources and real resources. Potential resources, actually, people imagine about the quality and quantity about some specific resource or specific material on earth is called potential resources. Means these resources are not surveyed. It is estimated on account of hypothesis by the human being. There is no scientific data, record, or not discovery, or not innovation of scientific innovation. We don't have the concrete argument or proof evidence about this resource, but it is estimated by the human being, by the scientist, or so on personalities, is called potential resources. Just like, imagine that nearby the area of the Arctic Circle, 25% of oil of world percentage, means 25% of oil of the world is can be achieved, or it may be there, or it lies nearby the area of Arctic Circle. It is estimated but not surveyed. Similarly, oil, there is probability of being a lying oil near the bed of alluvial bed of the Himalayas, but it is not surveyed, it is not tapped. So these types of the resources are called potential resources. Real resources, just like real resources are surveyed by scientists or on the basis of the scientific experiment, etc., and it is estimated about the quality and quantity of that material or that resources. About that resource, it is estimated about that resource. These resources are called real resource. It is surveyed and have data about this respect, so called these resources are real resources. So resources are classified, or resources are discussed according overall in these topics. One thinks about the resource, why is there so much need, why is there so sensation all over the world, why is this topic so much so sensitive topic of discussion, and why is this topic included in the school syllabus like 8th class syllabus, or also this topic is asked in 9, 10, 11, 12 college students or competitive examination and different types of the competitive examinations. Even in business sectors, one who is going to do business professional degrees, business profession like BBA, MBA, doctors, engineers, anything. But everybody has to know, everybody must have the need of, must have the knowledge, everybody must have the knowledge of the resources, because resources are the things. Resources are the things which influences the life of human being. And here on the earth, human being needs resources in kind of water, in kind of oxygen, in kind of land. It is most important to have the resources to the human being. Without resources, there is no imagination of living of the human being. Like oxygen, without oxygen, for how much extent of time people can survive here on the earth? Definitely there is no any chance to survive for long time. Just like it is the matter of discussion, very sensitive discussion all about the world, that increasing the amount of the population so much, very rapidly, very ruthlessly increasing the population of the people all over the world. Population burden, especially there is condensed and centralization of the population, so much condensation, so much condensed population in Asian country like India, China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and also after that Asia and Africa. Population are centralized. The maximum density of population, the maximum density of population is on this country, and also all over the world. Population means summing all over the world's population. Resources is going to deplete. Resources are less. Population is so much high on account of the demand. Many social problem many social problems are arises like crimes, many geographical many geological problems are arised, like in the form of earthquake, disaster, inundation, floods, droughts, and different types of the social, economical, psychological problems are there on the earth. Somewhere there is scarcity of water, there is a war for drinking water, people are being killed, gunned down for water, for taking water, only for drinking of water. Just like we can take example in some Gulf countries and in Asian countries, people have to give high tax to take drinking water, and different types of those means they have to adopt to survive, to store little drop of water. Lands are being synchronized, lands are being synced, and many problems all over the world. Population demands different types of the food articles, scarcity of foods, waters, lands all over the world. On account of that, crime is going to enhance, crime is increasing to fight this over these resources. So resource management is most important thing. So there is a concept of sustainable development. What is sustainable development? A development is done such that the pollution should not be damaged and environment should not be polluted. Technology or science will be utilized at such extent that there won't be any bad impact over the environment, or there won't be pollution. And as much is basic need, at that extent the resources are utilized or should be utilized. It is called sustainable development. And also sustainable development is done while keeping in mind for the betterment of the coming next generation of people, for the betterment of coming next generation of human being or any living being. As much resources will be left, means all the resources won't be utilized or won't be consumed by the present people, but much resources will be left for the use of next coming generation of human being or next coming generation of other living beings. But in reality, is it sustainable development or sustainable development going on all over the world? Then no, unsustainable development, because the health of the earth is so bad and becomes so bad on account of the global warming, and the earth is warmed, temperature has been enhanced so much. The matter of very attention all over the world, the concept of sustainable development. So sustainable development is most important. Anybody is doing his work, he must be aware, it is a duty of everybody that they should not pollute the environment, they should not destroy the environment in any form. Environment pollution or noise pollution, sound pollution, any types of the pollution must be restricted by them for the self of one. It is not good, and this they should not be given the right to destroy the environment and the resources. This is the duty of individual person, that only the need which is the need that should be utilized. Only at the extent of the need people should use the resources. Unnecessarily people should not use the resource, and have a resource and innovation over the development of new technologies, so that the human being can substitute in so much cheap rate substitutes of technology or electricity or power, so that people cannot use fossil fuels, coals, and cannot just like do global warming.